What have we here?
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Holy shit. It ain't C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy. We're back at it again. What's going on? I'm Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody.
Thank.
Great start. Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Rogue Squadron Podcast. We got a bit of the nerds bullshit. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to hang out, see what's going on.
Woo!
Cody
feels good, man. We haven't done this in forever.
Married recently, so
it's true. See that? It's jet black like Batman.
It just looks like you got burnt tips on your shit.
You got a Batman ring on purpose. Yeah.
No.
How you doing, Mopar?
For the past 2 months ish, there hasn't a lot of shit. What? What day is this? What happened?
It's Friday. We never record on Friday. That's what's going on.
A lot of shit hasn't really happened, is what I was trying to get out. But
until Comic-Con, which was last week.
I thought it was this week.
This is last week.
Well,
that's perfect
we
time to come
clearly
back.
didn't go this year, but
we didn't go last year either.
Yeah, we did.
No, I'm talking about the main Comic-Con where they released all the new trailers. You know, we got Wonder Woman to talk about, Justice League, and then a bunch of other ones. But no, the Columbus Comic-Con is happening right this moment.
The only thing that really came out in the past 2 months was The Killing Joke.
Yeah, which I've heard unfortunate mixed reviews about.
Yeah.
And by mixed, I mean not good.
Well, Tommy Boy said he gave it a 7, which is like, okay, it was a decent movie.
Yeah, I saw our buddy Ren, artist, who's actually at Comic-Con right now. He said he did not like it at all.
He doesn't like Batman.
Well, that's true, so that makes sense.
That biased bitch.
I know I haven't read that many comic books. We talk about that all the time. You know, we're comic virgins kind of a little bit. We started reading more. But that was one of the first main ones I read, and I just...
The Killing Joke?
Yeah, maybe I just need to read it again. Maybe it wasn't a good first one to start with, but I wasn't a huge fan either.
I honestly didn't like it that much either.
Yeah.
So, fuck that.
I mean, I know it's dark, and I'm sure for when it came out, it was probably totally different from
Maybe
now.
that's it. Because, you know, I go out and I watched Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, which is the most murderous DC film ever. Mm-hmm. And then I go to The Killing Joke, and I was just like, yeah, he shot a person. Wonder Woman beheaded a bitch and held it up on a fun fucking screen. It's
hope that
brutal.
happens in the movie.
Holy crap. It is. Flashpoint Paradox.
No, I mean, I hope that happens in the
Wonder
Woman movie.
It's not gonna.
Or something along those lines.
It'd have to be a Flash movie because it's the flat.
No, I just mean her beheading someone. I don't know about the Flash. I don't care. I just want to see beheadings going on left and right.
Well, the whole point of that movie...
Doesn't matter what character does it.
The whole point of that movie was it was an alternate paradox. So it was an alternate timeline where everybody was crazy. Batman was Thomas Wayne, and he used 9mm and just shot people.
That sounds awesome.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman started World War like 5, and they hated each other, and it was all crazy. Green Lantern died, Batman died, everyone died. The entire movie just murder. I've never seen anything so brutal on screen.
Time to watch it. It's still on Netflix?
Shut this shit up. Yeah.
I'm watching that shit.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
So if you guys haven't watched it, go on Netflix. Flashpoint Paradox. It's worth it. It's a Flash movie, so it starts off about him, and he causes an alternate timeline.
Yeah, it's on Netflix as we talk, which now it's July 29. So.
But yeah, that could stop here next couple of days, depending on what they switch out on Netflix. Doesn't it start over on the 1st?
I think it's like the first week of the month. I'm not sure. It's like a particular day, but I don't know.
So. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you. We're going to stop. All right. Hold your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Sounded great.
Go on to iTunes. Check us out. You can subscribe for free. Rate and review.
You can listen for free too.
Yeah.
It's free to push the subscribe button, but then you got to pay for every episode.
Subscribe's free. Pay per word. Yeah, I don't know what else. We've got a lot of other stuff. If you're listening to us for the first time and you're just finding out about the podcast, we do have extra stuff, including interviews, fanboy commentary, live event bullshit,
Q&As.
We got a bunch of fun stuff
From
up
the
there.
fans.
So if you don't feel like digging through it on iTunes. You can go to our website and pick whatever you want. Rogue Squadron Podcast. So let's get into our beer review here, which we do every episode.
I knew there was a problem with you. You couldn't talk. It's because you haven't had the beer yet.
Which beer?
The beer. That's right in front of us.
I also haven't had any caffeine today, and this was my first bottle of water. I have literally just sat there. We ran out of water at work. We usually have bottled water. And we really don't have cups or anything, so I wasn't about to use the sink in my hands. So
Could work.
I just sat at work because all we had was pop, and I can't drink pop.
Yeah.
Like it.
No bueno.
It's crazy because I can drink Monsters, but I think it's the sugar in like a Pepsi. I usually get like halfway through. I'm like, I can't do it.
Feels
but
like my mouth is melting.
when I drink it, your mouth melts.
No, when I
Time out. This is a Flashpoint Paradox with the buds.
fucking soda paradox.
Sarah. Soda Paradox.
Sarah.
I can't do it. Who's Sarah?
So yeah, let's crack these beers open. So what'd you get for us today?
Today I got, I assume it's called Pranqster, but it's spelled with a Q instead of a fuck. It's a Belgian style golden ale. It is North Coast Brewing Company.
What else have we had from North Coast? That sounds familiar.
It doesn't sound familiar at all,
It sounds familiar.
It is 7.6% alcohol. It's in a 4-pack. And it was $9.99. I was excited because I grabbed this other 4-pack and it was crazy, and each beer had its own little like necklace with a beaver on it. It was some type of animal. I'm like, I need to get that beer. That fucking thing looks weird. And it didn't have a price tag on it. So the lady's like, I don't know how much to charge you. I'm like,
5 cents.
I was like, I'm about to walk out right now with it. You don't have to charge me anything.
I've had the Scrimshaw from North Coast. It's a Pilsner. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, I've had Scrimshaw too.
Oh, yeah. That's why I recognize the name. I think it's from California, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so any particular reason you picked a Belgian?
I honestly, so this is what my thought process was going into this beer cave.
Let me hear it, Pranqster.
I wanted to get some bullshit. I wanted to get the weirdest shit ever, and that's why that donkey necklace shit, I think it was a donkey. Each beer, it was a 4-pack, and each beer had a little necklace thing.
Right.
And it had a little donkey on it. I was like, this has got to be fucking weird, so I want this. And then she said, you can't have it. So I had to pick something else, and nothing else looked crazy except this. The box on this thing has a bunch of drunk people.
Looks like a goddamn Jethro Tull album cover.
It does. It does. This guy's taking it to the face over here. There's a lot of creepers going on. A lot of pudgy white men. Wait, look at this. Look at the one guy that's like from 1983.
I wonder if that's like one of the brewers and they just like popped him in there. I'm gonna, if you're on Twitch, I'm gonna pull open this here thing so you can see what we're looking at. It's kind of ridiculous.
Now they have a stamp on this. It says World Beer Championships, one of the 10 best breweries in the world.
Wow, they've been going for a while. Almost 30 years.
I mean, I've had their Scrimshaw, but I wouldn't say that was like a crazy good beer. I mean, I would
that's
definitely
the only
drink
one
it.
I've had by them.
What? Are you kidding me over here?
Yeah, here's the fucking. I don't even know.
Looks
to
like
call him. I have
Stephen
no words.
King in the corner. He's
Kinda
right in
does. Dark
Yeah.
Tower 8 or some shit.
But like we said, there's a lot of creepers in there.
Looks hilarious. There is a ridiculous Jethro Tull album cover. And honestly, that's what that looks like.
That's funny.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All
so
right.
yeah, I want to pour this shit out. My mug's way too big for this, but I still want it. I haven't used it yet, actually.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah.
Deep
Yeah.
and
So
wide.
like Mopar said, I got married recently. Mopar was my best man, unfortunately, but I got everybody these awesome mugs. Everyone in the bridal party, and I got myself one too, because why not? And well, I probably need to fill it up twice, or else you're not gonna be able to see it. But I definitely want you to see it because it's awesome. They are engraved with Star Wars characters. It's perfect for all the beer drinkers, and we're all beer drinkers. So
we are all beer.
we are all beer. So nothing wrong with that.
Ooh, this has a.
I didn't get a good enough head on this one.
I don't think you're gonna like it. It definitely smells white.
Check it. I got Chewbacca.
Looks like a raccoon.
It kind of does. But Chewbacca's one of my favorites, so you know I had to get him.
All right. I don't think Commander's gonna like this very much.
Yeah, I'm not a big Belgian fan.
Well, it's Belgian and white. No, it isn't. It's Belgian golden.
Golden. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall.
Smell test?
It smells like a Belgian to me.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry, I shouldn't have that mindset. I'm excited. Maybe this will change my palate.
I got it all foam. Holy shit. There's a creamsicle.
That's actually not bad.
I didn't get anything. My shit's fucked. Hold on. Let my stuff. Let the head
Shut it
settle.
down for a second. No, I don't know if my palate's changing for Belgians, but I actually like that. Or if it's just a really good Belgian, but it's tasty.
It's a calm Belgian. It's I don't know what I mean by that, but it's not as. And you always, I think it was
Beer Guru.
Next Time who said
Yeah, next time.
Belgians have a lot like a
Banana flavor.
no.
That's what I
I thought it
usually
was like
hate about it.
lemongrass.
Lemongrass too.
I don't. This doesn't taste like it's got a lot of weed in it. I don't know what lemongrass is supposed to taste like.
I've never tasted it. I used to have lemongrass soap. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. And I hated it. So maybe the smell, how smell and taste are kind of related. But
Yeah.
Next Time said there's always a banana flavor in the back of these Belgians. And that's what I hate. And this one is not very prominent at all, which maybe is why I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste fruity at all. I'm trying to pinpoint the taste.
It's very bubbly too, which helps offset the flavors that I usually don't like.
I'm feeling it like on the on my throat. Like it's not even on my tongue. I'm not even tasting a lot on my tongue. It's like on the outside of my mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of. I'm getting tongue bubbles though. I'm not getting the roof of the mouth bubbles. I'm getting the tongue bubbles. 7.6% alcohol. I'm not sure if you brought that up yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's higher than average.
Which is good since there's only 4 of them.
That's the only thing. So usually, well, I guess it is higher than average. I just said that.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than average.
Well, just usually like if it's a 4-pack, it's like 9 or higher.
Yeah, the price and for the amount you get is part of our rating system.
But I was listening to a recent episode and we spent like $16 on a 4-pack and we gave it a 3.
DeVell?
No, it was the church beer.
The church beer?
Do you remember? It had a church on it.
Was that, the Aspen one? Yeah, it was Aspen. Was that a 4-pack?
I don't think it was the Aspen one. I don't know. But it was the one with the church on it, and we just started drinking it. We're like, this is pretty good. And then all of a sudden we ended up at a 3, and it was like $40 for 3 beers.
It does happen. If the more you drink it, it's just like, start at a 1. The more it's just like, oh, this tasting pretty good. I'm bumping this up.
Because your buds feel less. All right.
No, I like it, man.
I'm not really feeling why it's called Pranqster. I guess they have a whole thing over here. Who are
Maybe-
those guys? Those are the prankster bitches that make this shit. All right.
Oh, yeah, they are from California. Boom.
So there's a guy named Mark that likes Belgians. That's all I'm getting out of that.
Wait, let me see that again. The label's from a Belgian engraving from the 1800s. Depicts a brewing industry movers and shakers of the day enjoying the fruits of their labor. That's pretty interesting, actually.
Then why is it called
our
Pranqster?
own brewmaster, Mark Rudrick, has taken the rightful place among them. Yeah, that's that awkward-looking guy. Sorry, man, you look like Jeff Gordon. Damn, I will know what I'm talking about. Any NASCAR fans will know what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows who Jeff Gordon is.
I don't know about that.
I guess he's already he's done. He's retired. I think he's unofficially doing like a couple races this year, but last year he retired.
Is that how old we are?
I could yep. Yeah.
I remember when I was a
he
little
was huge
kid,
in the
everyone
early-
hated him because he was a youngster and he was like fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
And now he's retired. Well then.
I could be wrong. I used to watch it with my dad, but I believe at one time he was the most winningest
Sounds about right.
racer.
Yeah.
Speed racer. Go Speed Racer, go.
You heard it here. It's fact.
Oh man, did you ever watch the Speed Racer stuff?
A few random episodes on like Boomerang. Remember that on Saturday morning?
I kind of miss Boomerang.
Yeah, I do too. But I was never like a big fan.
I had a TV movie kind of deal with Speed Racer, and the what was it, the Mark V, the Mach 5, Mach 5?
Mach 5.
Pretty cool car. It had a bunch of shit on it. You press a button, the headlights come up. There was
So
literally
pretty standard.
There was literally a couple things that it did that was just like press this one and it fucking starts. Like, oh shit.
Great. Yeah, when you're a kid,
awesome.
it's like, what?
And then the button next to it, it has like crazy scissor hands that come out the front. And you're like, what if I mix that shit up? Like I'm trying to start my car and
my child's over there and I accidentally like, cut him in
I
half.
cut the tricycle in half. I got to buy him a new one. Done that 3 times this week. Fucking kids.
No, Boomerang and cartoon.
We need to get back to this beer.
Cartoon. All right, yeah, let's rate this and then I'll talk about Boomerang. I'm going to give it a solid 2, especially for someone who's not a big Belgian fan. This is very tasty. It's very bubbly. 7.6.
What would you say it's missing? Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like it's not as full bodied, or maybe they're layering stuff enough that it's covering up that Belgian style.
Well, it's a golden ale. It's not supposed to be that full bodied.
Yeah, that's true.
The biggest negative I can think is that it's $10 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, I'm all right with. That's really not bad. That's standard.
No, but I like it. Especially for if I was Belgian lover, I'd probably say 3.
You know what's funny is I'm getting kind of like a salty maybe. Like salt will cover up.
Sorry.
You all right over there? Yeah. Salt will cover up a little bit.
Burps. I just got really excited.
Salt will cover up some taste a little bit, and that's why like old timers put salt into like a pitcher to like calm it down a little bit. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get at this taste to rise.
I can kind of see that.
Maybe a little bit of
taste
salt.
that, I should say. But yeah, I'm solid 2. How about you?
I mean, I was like between a 1 and a 2.
Really?
It's not really blowing me.
Maybe it's the first Belgian that has made me rethink my stance on Belgian. So
I mean, it's a solid beer. So yeah, I'll go with a 2. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And it's not as, I don't know what it is, but I buy it in a cold place, drive it home, put it in my fridge, drive it over here, put it in your fridge, and it's still not that warm. Although we're sitting up here fucking around for 25 goddamn
still not
minutes.
that cold, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, it could be a little colder. I was so giddy about my mug, I poured 2 of them into one. So by the time I'm done with this, it's going to be just fucking
That's the
boiling.
worst. That's the worst thing about
fucking soup.
Those like large liters.
Yeah. Unless you're slamming them.
And you can't slam that shit.
Not
God,
this, no.
Like a
if it was
stone,
Bud or something.
Yeah, but like a stone, anything. Here you go. Open it up. You're fucked. All right, guys. Solid 2 out of 3. Rating system's out of 3. 3 is great. 2's good. 1's decent. 0. All right, guys.
Wait, no, the Boomerang chat.
Yeah. Let's go.
So Boomerang, and there was a part on Cartoon Network called Toonami. Do you remember that?
I know the name.
It was like Boomerang
if
for Cartoon Planet or Cartoon Network.
Don't know what Boomerang is? It's classic cartoons, just
Yeah.
all. So but they've started doing like '90s classic stuff too. But it originated like Tom and Jerry and all the classics, Roadrunner and Coyote. That stuff's awesome to me. I could sit there and watch Wacky Races. And
I was gonna say favorites for me were Wacky Races. With that fucking dog Muttley and his stupid giggle.
Yeah, I can't do it because he has like it's almost like a whistle.
Only Tommy Boy can do it. I can't do it. Yeah, I could look it up. And then Cartoon Network had Toonami, and they played like Johnny Quest and some of those older
Classic
shows.
Johnny Quest.
Yeah, well, both. They played both. But yeah, I was kind of into Johnny Quest a little bit.
You know what I just thought?
His little fucking hoverboard.
You know what I fucking just thought? I think it was on Cartoon Network, but it was called Reboot. And it was a whole city inside of a computer.
That sounds familiar.
And it was like 3D. Like Beast Wars 3D.
Yeah, there were so many shows on there. I don't remember all of them, but
like
that sounds familiar.
Early crazy animation or 3D animation. But yeah, it was a whole city, and it was like they would have normal stuff like the power went out. What the fuck? We're all gonna die if we don't get this shit back on. The auxiliary power is gonna fail. But it was, their evil villains were like power surges and shit. It was weird, but they would put like little faces on power surges, and they'd run throughout the city, and it was weird. It was just fucking weird. It was the 90s.
Pretty fucking weird.
But it was called Reboot.
Sounds pretty 90s.
Search up Reboot. I want to see these characters because there was an older brother, a younger brother, and a girl.
Let's see what we got.
Yep, that's it. That
Reboot
green,
is
green
a Canadian CGI television series. Yeah, 94 to 2002. Wow, lasted that long.
That's it.
Yeah,
I don't remember the girl being a guy.
that does kind of look familiar.
Go back though. The girl. One more. The girl being a guy. She's got bigger pecs than the rest of them.
Oh, and the dog. Yeah,
I
don't think I watched it very often, but I do remember what it was.
God, what a blast from the past.
Let me actually look.
Look at the evil guy. The big. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Let's. I'm gonna look at Toonami because I remember they played some different shows. Saturday nights. Wait. Yes. Oh yeah. So because Toonami is where the Space Ghost stuff started from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And no one ever believed me. Sorry, I got really excited because I tried to explain. There was Cartoon Planet before Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which was his talk show. Like that's where the characters came from. That was the first spot where they took like Brack, Zorak, and Space Ghost and Moltar, and like they just had a fucking
Cartoon Planet.
And then they did the Space Ghost reality show or talk show with like guests and shit like that. So that's where that. Yeah, that's where that came from.
I think you're still mixing something up there.
No,
They're the same thing.
No.
Cartoon Planet. He's a
not
hero.
doing it. They are our hero, if anything. Anyways, yeah. So Blast from the Past, and then Wacky Races. We talked about that before, though. Mm-hmm. So cool. What?
Yeah, Buzz.
It's probably that. It's probably this boom thing. I keep fucking hitting it on accident. Sorry.
Okay. Let's move on to.
Should we cover what we missed while we were gone?
What do you want to talk about?
Go for it.
Before we get into that.
Okay. Before we get into the first preliminary stuff.
Let's open up with just a bit of Star Wars news. People were shitting on the fan about this. Supposedly, Rogue One may not have the opening Star Wars crawl. And
oh yeah,
people
I heard that.
were livid, and it's. What are your thoughts on that?
Because it's the very first of its kind, and it's not an episode. I'm actually okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that.
Agreed. So shut the fuck up.
Everyone calm the shit down.
It's not a Star Wars without the crawl. I'm like, dude, it's not really a Star Wars. It's a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
It's different.
I still hate that subtitle, but
I do too.
I was a little worried about episode 7 not having that.
But we got it.
I thought it wasn't going to happen for a while, which made when we got in the theater and it popped up, made me almost cry a little bit because I was so excited. But yeah, I mean, it's totally different tone, different setting, different type of story.
There's no Jedi.
I'm on board. Not that we know of.
No, from what I've read, there's no Jedi in the entire movie.
I thought I heard that Forrest Whitaker's character was Force sensitive.
It's not Jedi. I didn't read that, but he's not Jedi. I'm okay with it. I absolutely am fucking fine with it. And everybody just has their panties in a bunch, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's not the issue is a lot of people are saying, well, if it doesn't have that, then it's not a classic Star Wars. And my argument is,
it's not a classic Star Wars. God damn it.
Yeah. So
it's not an episode.
But so I shut down the Instagram because I'm tired of bitches.
Stop. All social media is done. I don't want to converse with you. No, fanboys always have their panties in a bunch about everything, including us sometimes.
No, yeah.
No, yeah, maybe totally.
No, it's true. And that might be something that we start getting into, extra content for you guys, is we're going to be really breaking down and critiquing certain scenes from Star Wars. So like the hairbrush scene from episode 3.
Can't wait.
Commander and I will sit down and we're probably just going to obliterate it because we can. And we love the movie, so we're going to shit on it.
Who better to shit on the movie than the lovers of it?
True. And I mean, that might start a lot of debates and stuff with the stuff that we're talking about in our opinions. But I mean, that's
all opinions.
I mean, that's the glory of it. You know, we're all.
It's the best thing about being a fanboy.
We're lovers of the shit. So
except for half the Star Wars fans that refuse the prequels even exist. Refuse to accept the prequels even exist.
But they have the crawl. It's Star Wars. Oh my!
Where's your precious crawl now, you fucks?
Jesus.
Also on the Rogue One stuff. God damn! I was just gonna say something.
Stop, Mopar.
Oh, the droid. You had an article about the droid is gonna be like a snarky ass, like HK-47 from KOTOR, which was one of our favorite characters of all time.
I thought I read also that it is a reprogrammed Imperial droid. So
that's amazing.
It's my God! Look, it's like the rebels or something stealing old technology from the Imperials.
It's not classic Star Wars, man.
It's not. I didn't see words at the beginning.
It's got a female lead. That's not classic Star Wars.
Don't even get started.
Oh wait, episode 7. No, I'm just,
What? Captain Phasma doesn't have tits hanging out. I don't like it. That's a lot of people. I just don't get you guys. I don't
summary
get
of episode 7 critiques.
Yeah.
But no, that droid sounds amazing. I'm excited for that. It sounds like the fucking Terminator.
I hope it can talk.
Reprogrammed droid. Yeah.
I hope it can talk.
I just want to hear.
Because
God, what if they got the voice actor for HK? That'd be
well, that's what I'm
awesome.
saying. Like even
No,
out-
we know who it is. Alan Tudyk, whatever his name is.
I don't know who that is.
The actor that's playing him. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Well, you'll find
You
out.
said we definitely know who this is.
Well, no, because I remember looking at the mother effing IMDb
Yeah.
and to see who it was, who he was playing.
Well, if you think about it, outside of C-3PO, there's not really any talking droids, except for "Good day, sir." Take care, sir.
Take care, sir.
I guess there's more than that, because you got to think in Jabba's palace. There's that.
You're a feisty little one.
Yo, sir.
You will serve Jabba well.
Go upstairs and mix some drinks.
Yeah, K2SO is his name.
What's this, Alan?
Alan Tudyk.
Let's see his face.
He was in Arrested
Oh.
Development.
I know him from something else. Was that Boss Nass?
I don't know if that's
I was
the sound you
thinking.
made.
Go to film. Okay.
You want me to go to filmography?
No, just shut it all down. Actually, go into. We're gonna watch.
Are we done with Rogue One?
Yeah.
Well, no, keep on the Star Wars thing too, because we also Ryan Johnson, director for Episode 8, posted a pic on social media with a little note
What did it say?
that said your Snoke theory is
Bullshit.
bullshit or something like that.
Was that him?
That was him. That was the director.
Yeah, but he didn't write it, so he doesn't know.
He might have. You don't know his handwriting. He might have written it.
No, he didn't write the episode.
I think he had a part in it. Well, he knows what it is now, regardless, because they finished shooting last week or 2 weeks ago.
So we're gonna give Pranqster a 2 out of 3 official rating.
Official. No, seriously though. Well, I guess we talked about Snoke a lot, but they have always obviously they know what everyone on social media is trying to talk about Snoke. It's Plagueis,
So-
such and such, and he's just like, y'all fucked.
I want to talk. I want to get into this though, just a tad.
Just a bit.
They know what people think. So, it's Plagueis, and they're over there snickering like Dick Dastardly dog.
Yes.
But I don't want them to make it so weird just to prove everyone wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to, I want him. He's gonna be a cloud with an attitude.
No, it's not just to prove everyone wrong. I think he might have made that note just to throw us off the trail.
There was no trail to begin with.
Well, the biggest assumption is that it's Plagueis. So it might still be Plagueis, and he just posted the note just to get us all on a fucking rage until we watch the movie, and then we realize who it is. But
Do you think we'll find out this episode?
for 8,
Yeah. What if that was like the big reveal at the end, man? Because everyone's assuming, Luke. No, I am your father. Happened in.
if you think of the parallels, it
Yeah.
should happen at the end of 8.
But does it have to? Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. They're not. I mean,
They
They don't play by any rules anymore. I don't think.
That's what I'm thinking, but it's much darker, so I don't know. I just don't know, guys. I don't have all the answers yet.
It's not a classic Star Wars movie. Pissed.
Floating words. All right. Let's get into the Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Trailer.
So at Comic-Con San Diego, the big main one. When we say Comic-Con, if you don't specify a city,
The biggin.
that's the big one in San Diego.
Did you
Vagina
have one of those
Comic-Con.
balls, the biggins?
Biggins?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
When I
don't
was
know
a
you-
kid, I had one of those real big balls.
You know what?
It
I'm
was-
about to look up.
Are you looking up biggins? Because that's
Looking
not
up.
going to end up good.
Big ins.
Ian. Biggin. Big Ian.
This could be bad. I apologize if anyone's watching.
Those. Yeah! They were like 6 foot tall balls.
Biggins.
They all came in different shapes and colors, like
That's not a good word for that.
it's just boobs. Yeah, I think I had the yellow one because I wasn't that tall when I was a kid.
So it's just a giant bouncy ball?
Yeah, but you can like bounce on it.
That's that's what a fucking bouncy ball's supposed to be for. What are all these things?
But yeah, so that's what I had. I had the yellow one.
Or did you have that?
I had 3 of those, but I had the big yellow one too.
Okay. Is that you?
Yep. Big and actually, yep. Is that me?
It's so random.
That's
and
so
ridiculous.
90s. What are we gonna call this? Biggins. It's gonna be a big ball.
That is 90s. That was like the surge of, as seen on TV, toys. That and the fucking moon shoes, sock and
shoes.
boppers.
The skip thing. You
Yeah,
just
skip it.
on one leg,
It was like bop it, but for your fucking foot.
and there's no rules.
There's one rule: you had to skip. It was like a hula hoop, skip, bop it.
It was an ankle bracelet that didn't go anywhere.
If you're under house arrest, skip it. It'll at least keep you entertained.
Stay on the property, it. All right, back to Wonder Woman. Sorry, guys. We are all over the place on this episode.
So yeah, everyone since Batman vs Superman, everyone's been salivating for new information on Wonder Woman and on the Justice League movie
And Aquaman and everything.
Both of those
Flash.
from from Comic-Con. Obviously, in Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman was one of the big parts of the movie, but we also saw bits of the Flash, bits of Cyborg, and bits of Aquaman. And now in this new trailer that we saw, Wonder Woman first.
Yeah, so
I
Wonder
went
Woman
Justice
first.
League on accident. My bad.
Everyone loved her in Batman vs Superman, but we also learned absolutely nothing about her in the movie.
All we had was that picture.
So we saw the picture. We don't know anything about her. They don't even say Diane or anything.
No.
Or is it Diana? Diane.
I don't know.
I fucked up.
Wonder Woman.
Amazing chick. But yeah, so she's in it. She's a badass in it, but we don't really learn anything about her. That's what a lot of criticism was. Like, okay, we have our 3 main characters, but we know nothing about her.
I don't know how that was criticism. The movie was so long.
People,
You didn't have time to throw that extra shit in there.
I listened to another podcast accidentally, and they were just shitting on Batman vs Superman, and it was the smallest little details. And there was one guy against 2 others, and he's just like, guys, this happened and it was perfect. And they're like, well, yeah, it was perfect, but I don't like that it was perfect.
I have a counter argument to that.
What? To what argument?
Oh, I have a counter viewpoint to what they were talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we do with Star Wars. The first time, our first episode after we saw Force Awakens, we were like, it was pretty good, but it was episode 4. And we saw it 3 more times, and we're like, oh my God, it's fucking amazing.
What were we thinking?
Exactly. So I think it's that. 'Cause we're not huge comic book nerds, so we can't point out inconsistencies or anything like that. We're just like, it's a movie.
Well, there was also bias on both sides. So the 2 people that didn't like it opened with, I am a huge Marvel fan. And the guy that did like it said, I'm a huge DC fan. So there was already bias involved.
I'm not a DC fan, and I loved it.
Yeah, but you're a Batman fan.
True. True.
And you hate Superman, which is a minus. So you liking it,
I guess that's...
so it's pretty even. That's what I would say for me. It's pretty even because I love Batman and hate Superman. And Wonder Woman was kind of just a neutral, but now she's fucking amazing.
She's awesome.
All right, guys, we're going to get into this. Jesus, let's go. Click play. We're going to watch this real quick, and we're going to walk through it.
We're going to go right through the trailer. If you're on Twitch, you can see it with us. Probably can't hear it, though. Yeah, so we're opening, and if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about. We open with...
Smoke show on the beach.
Smoke show on the beach. This is obviously an alternate timeline from Star Trek.
I think that's in, like, Croatia, because that's got a black sand beach.
Looks really pretty. I want to be there right now. So I called from when we saw Batman vs Superman and the picture that she was in, that she was, like, in World War I.
Yeah, and
She was like
standing next to
somehow
Chris Pine.
involved in it. So, and then now we see, Chris Pine's outfit and everything. It's all leading to that point. So it doesn't show how they meet, show how they met, but it didn't show like why she's staying with him, which is perfect because that's a big part of the movie.
Well, they're also not. She's got a fucking sword
In her sexy dress.
and her goods.
But they're together, and she's like in disguise as a normal person, and she's about to fuck people up. And we hear here that
That's
she didn't have a
Zeus.
dad. She was born by Zeus, or not born. She was created by Zeus.
I mean, I was created by my dad, so that's why I call him Dad. So
Yeah, I guess so.
I hear because he didn't like procreate her or whatever the fuck you want.
And then we see these fucking crazy Amazon people.
Like 300, but World War One.
World War One.
That's an epic shield. I didn't realize she had a shield like that.
and an epic sword. I still don't understand the lasso, but I've never read the comics. I don't understand what it does.
Lasso of truth. If she wraps it around you, its powers. You have to tell the truth. But later on in this,
But doesn't she use it to fight though? She's not
she
interrogating
does.
people.
She does. I mean, she uses everything she's got. But right there, where the lasso is like lit up, I don't know what that means.
That person's lying.
Zeus is in the lasso.
That guy's lying.
That's an epic shot.
Yep. It's blocking all the firepower. With
Does
the
she
shield.
need to? Can she get hit? Like
I have no idea.
She's like a demigod.
Well, because it seems when she's blocking things, she's actually blocking them. If she couldn't get hurt like Superman, she would just take the bullets.
Well, that's like Superman using a shield. Like, it would make sense because I'm sure getting shot, even if you're not getting penetrated, it's still hurting. Like, you're feeling it and taking your energy down.
Yeah, I suppose.
By the way, her soundtrack or her music is the fucking greatest thing I've ever
Whatever
heard.
Hans created for her was fucking perfect.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is X-Men from the 90s.
Kind of, yeah. I thought it was a guitar at first, but I was watching some of the behind the scenes creating the film score on YouTube for Batman vs Superman. It's a distorted cello, just like he used for Dark Knight. Like that really long, like ascending note for the Joker. Distorted cello. Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
Distorted Jello? What flavor?
Cello. Cosby flavor.
Moldy.
Oh.
Jeez. Yeah, but Smoke Show on screen. She's amazing. It's badass. I don't know what else to fucking say.
Very excited.
If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. Obviously,
You've seen it.
it's
Shut
up
up.
there.
Have we had a lead super
Woman.
woman? Superwoman's an actual superhero though. Have we had a lead female superhero movie yet?
Elektra.
That wasn't the lead.
No,
She was in Daredevil.
I thought there was an Elektra movie.
Was there?
Not on purpose, but it's up there.
Well, I think did the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry, but I don't think that fucking counts, man.
It kind of does. There's
Well,
a whole
shit.
movie.
Never mind what I was about to say.
But this is
man.
this is
Fuck.
a woman superhero movie that people want to see.
True. This one's gonna be good. I already can tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was awesome.
Excitement level out of 10.
8.
I'm going 9. I'm solid because I don't know a lot about her.
True.
And if I was a huge Superwoman fan and everything looked perfect, I might give it a 10, but I just don't know enough about her. So I didn't see an invisible jet, probably because it's goddamn invisible. It was probably in the
Well,
background.
I'm more excited because I don't know. Because I'm hopefully it's gonna. I mean, it's her movie. It's gonna be an origin story, or partially an origin
What
story.
if at the beginning?
So I'm excited to
what
see
if
that.
At the beginning, you just saw Bruce's parents get shot.
Classic
In
DC
slow
fashion.
motion. She's just in the background walking.
I wonder if her mom's name is Martha also.
Did you see that meme earlier?
Yeah.
Aquaman, what's your mom's name? Martha. You're on the squad.
Everyone in the Justice League, their mom's name has to be Martha. Or they
Well,
can't
this league
join.
is formed.
It's awesome.
Awesome. We're gonna move quickly on to the Justice League trailer.
Which was also released at the same time in the same place by the same people.
Quick breakdown of this. We got Bruce confronting people, kind of like what Tony Stark does, where he just going out and trying to find people.
Yeah, I'd say, and I'm not again. We always say this. We're not big. That's our disclaimer. Not big comic book buffs, but I feel like Bruce Wayne and Batman are. I feel like Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark are the same people in opposite universes.
Well, yeah, they're not metahumans. They're just guys in suits
Yeah,
with money.
rich dudes, very smart.
And now that we know,
and they assemble teams.
and they both have dead parents.
Martha Stark was killed by the hands of the Winter Soldier. We know that for sure.
Martha Soldier.
Martha Soldier. No, Martha Stark. Howard and Martha Stark.
And so we do
kidding.
see the Flash here. And
Yes,
he's a
he's recruiting all these fucks.
young sparky kid, but he's kind of awkward.
But he's also kind of sarcastic. And
You know
stuff,
what's
too.
funny is he talks quickly.
Yeah.
And it kind of it's you don't really think about it. You talk about like just like
He's the
yeah, but
Flash.
you run fast too, right? You're not just a bitch.
We see Aquaman. I think I'm gonna fall in love with Aquaman.
Aquaman looks primal. Like he doesn't talk a lot. He just does shit based off instinct.
Well, he's a fucking mermaid. He's been stuck in the water all the time. He doesn't know how to talk.
He's a mermaid. If you ever call him a mermaid again, we're gonna get fucking flooded out in Columbus, Ohio because
merman.
you done fucked up.
He is. He's a badass merman.
So what we're looking at is Bruce Wayne is throwing a bat.
Orang. That's what it's called.
I know, but why'd you finish?
Because you weren't going to.
He throws a batarang. That's what we were talking about earlier. What if he just guessed wrong and just killed a 17-year-old kid right here?
Yeah, what if that wasn't actually the Flash and you just like gouged his face?
It took him 3 tries before this. There's like 17-year-old kids dead all over the city.
It's on the news reports.
Old man kills shit with
Batman
found
goes
batarangs.
rogue, murders teenagers. Have you seen the Flash TV show? I have not either. I don't know if it's the same kid. I don't know if there's crossover.
It's not. It's not the same kid.
I haven't seen any of those.
Ding.
Wonder Woman's fucking shit up. Cyborg looks awesome, and I know nothing about him, and I'm really excited to see that.
So I'm gonna give my 2 cents into this, which I don't know. What do you say? I'm real when I need to be?
Yeah.
So Commander and I were talking about that just before we started recording. It's cool because Batman supposedly was gone and missing for 10 years.
While he was assembling the team?
No, before Batman vs. Superman.
Did he pull a Dark Knight? Oh.
Yeah, so there was like a 10-year period where he
right.
retired, and then he came back, and that's why we've got, what's his name? Michael Shahan? What's his name? Ben Affleck.
How do those relate in any possible way?
It was the first name that came up. So, I don't know. Who is Michael Shahan?
I think you made it up.
But that's why we have Ben Affleck, and that he's older. He has gray in his beard and everything, because supposedly, I could be wrong, but it's based off of The Dark Knight Returns.
I think you're right.
And in The
He
Dark
was
Knight
gone.
Returns, it starts off 10 years after. He's been retired for 10 years. Batman's been missing for 10 years.
Right.
And in the comic, there's that mutant group that rises up over the past 10 years because Batman's gone.
Right.
Because the Joker's dead or something. Yeah. No, he kills it. I don't know. But he's been missing. The whole point is he's been missing for 10 years. So it makes sense that they would say, I'm real when I need to be. Saying I came back because the shit needed to. I needed to beat the fuck out of Superman is what I'm trying to say.
Which was perfect.
So thoughts on Aquaman? Quickly, go. Not a merman. He's a
Aquaman-
mermaid murderer.
Murder lurk.
Mermaider.
Mermaider. No, Aquaman looks fucking awesome.
Him chugging that Jack, tossing it to the ground, and then destroying life with his hydration.
Well, no, the reason you said he was primal, and that's why I said he is. He lives half of his life in the water.
I wonder if he knows how to talk. What if he just
said something.
speaks whale?
Aquamartha. That's dolphin.
He's a mammal.
Free fucking Willy.
Free Willy.
No, that's a killer whale.
He's an orca.
What's the TV show with the dolphin?
Zipper.
The kid Flipper.
Ripper. Yeah. So.
No, Aquaman looks awesome. I think I know nothing about all these characters except for Batman. So I think as I watch Justice League, I'm assuming there might be 2 or 3, just like Avengers. I think I'm gonna fall in love with Aquaman.
You always fall with the dumb and strong people.
I don't know why, because
I like
for a
Groot,
long time,
I like Chewbacca, and
I always liked the quick, somewhat weak but very quick and agile, smart villains and heroes.
You've never, not in any of the movies.
Yeah, I used to
Chewbacca.
all the time.
Chewbacca, Groot.
Until Avengers rolled along and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, man, for some reason, Hawk just looks awesome.
Yeah, because
Groot just looks awesome. I don't know why.
What are you supposed to do against it? Die?
Because in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance and X-Men Legends, those types of games, I always used to play Human Torch. He flies around and lights stuff on fire, but if you get close to him, you can fuck him up and kill him. Yeah. I always used to quick people like that.
So now that we talked a little bit about the Flashpoint Paradox, this kind of makes me think because Wonder Woman is a demigod or whatever you want to call it, made by a god.
Like Thor, kind of.
And Aquaman's a goddamn water ape.
Merman. He is a merman. It sounds weird, but it's true.
Yeah, but he's like we said, he's primalistic. He's animalistic.
Primal. Yeah.
Primal. Yeah. Stick. But those two opposites, one's a god, very smart, very intelligent, very calculated. The other dude is just
fish.
Hammered all the time.
Fish.
A drunk fish. A very strong drunk fish. But
Yeah.
I can see how maybe they're gonna get into something like.
I hope they do,
Flashpoint
because
Paradox.
that's one of the cool things. Oh, I don't know what the storyline of that is, but in of the the relationships between the crew. That's one of the things I liked a lot about Avengers is over the 3 movies. Sorry, there isn't a third. I was thinking of Civil War. Over the 2 movies and all the side movies, That's one thing that's pressed a lot is a relationship between the characters. It's not just we got 5 superheroes and they're all just best friends and they kill bad guys.
They kind of are until Civil War.
No. There's always Tony and Cap are always yelling at each other.
But they fight together all the time. The first
the Hulk
movie
doesn't even want to do anything.
Dude, the first movie that we see in DC is Batman vs Superman.
Well, finally, because they took this on to get their shit together.
Sure, but it still happened.
They had to come out the gate with something strong. That's the second movie, by the way.
Second what movie?
Man of Steel is the first DC universe.
Yeah, but that was an accident.
Yeah, it's true.
So
many fans are butthurt right now.
Sorry, guys.
We hate Superman. Sorry. It's a known thing if you listen to the show.
Now, this is how good
Anyways.
Batman vs Superman was, because it made me like Superman.
It made me understand him more.
Well, it was like Lex Luthor, a guy, brought Superman to his...
That makes me like Lex Luthor, dude, not Superman.
But it makes Superman weak. It I got your mom. And he's like, fuck off! And then a whole bunch of people died because Superman.
Again, that makes me like Lex Luthor.
But it shows the weakness. There is more to Superman. He's got ties. So if you threaten his redheaded in the bathtub girl, or what's her name? What's her name? Lexi
Luthor. No, Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Yeah.
I know it was
I knew
Lola.
it was 2 L's.
Lucy.
The alliteration.
Yeah, so if you threaten her, he has to go save because I'm in love or some shit.
Yes, the 2 people that he cares about now that his parents are dead. Yes. There's 2 people.
So let's get
But
into
Batman's
this.
whole point was that he's not
stable.
human.
But he's not stable. If you
doesn't
kill those 2 people, there's no reason for Superman to save anybody. If you kill his mom, Mortal, or Louis Liu. But you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, though? Like, if you kill those 2, there's no reason that he needs to stay good because he's got no reason to stay good. And that's why I like in one of the Justice League movies and one of the animated ones, Superman gives Batman a kryptonite bullet. After all shit hits the fan, they kick Batman out of the Justice League because they don't trust him. Because he had a end game for every single one. He said, I know how to kill every fucker in here. And
That sounds so fucking
got
Batman.
mad. But he's just like, dude, I'm a guy. You guys are like gods. I need to have an end game in case one of you goes bad.
Right.
I need to know how to kill you.
Right.
And
I
it
like
made
that.
sense to everybody, but they still kicked him out. And as he's walking out, Superman gave Batman a kryptonite bullet and said, you are the only person I trust with this.
That makes me like Superman. Mm-hmm. Everything you said about everyone's defense that I've heard about Superman in Batman vs Superman the movie makes me like Lex Luthor, not Superman.
This was the other
I
thing.
understand him more, but I think, and what Batman said in the movie makes the most sense, is that he's not human. He has compassion for these 2 people, but he still doesn't understand what it means to be human because he can't fucking die until someone from his own planet-ish kind of kills him. So he doesn't understand. He doesn't have the same type of like feelings and compassion because he has nothing to worry about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Except for those 2 people.
Well, that's in that podcast that was shitting on it. They were talking about how I can't fucking Sideshow
Superman.
Bob was playing Lex Luthor, and they're like, no,
Jesse Eisenberg.
no, and that's all they said. And it was just like it was worse. He's supposed to be intelligent and older and smart. And I'm like, dude, he's not intelligent and he's not older because he's fucking young.
No, he was intelligent.
Well, he was conniving, like you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't that intelligent.
Yeah, he was. How do you think he set that whole thing up?
His dad had money. That's how he set all of it up.
No, but how do you think he was smart enough to know? He had to know beforehand who Superman was and who Batman was.
He didn't know
in
who
order
Batman
to set
was.
that whole thing up.
He didn't know who Batman was.
How did he?
He didn't.
I don't know. Again,
Superman knew because
I don't know about Lex, but I loved Lex Luthor in that movie. I loved Jesse Eisenberg as Lex.
the
Luthor.
reason why Lex didn't because he didn't have a file on Batman. Batman hadn't existed for 10 years.
That's a good point. Since he was like 7,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The internet hadn't been invented yet.
kind of.
He was watching Cartoon Planet.
There was no Facebook back then. Clark Kent
It was just
on Facebook works at Daily Planet.
Is definitely not Superman.
That's seriously that like. I know that the alter ego, not alter ego, the what do they call that? Hidden
Real-
identity, secret identity.
real person.
There's a word for it that they used to use.
Alias.
No, can't remember.
Clark Kent.
It'll come
Okay.
to me. But they used. I know it's kind of a gimmick because it's from back when comic books were more classic. But the fact that he literally just takes his glasses off and he's Superman, like you can't tell that that's the same fucking person. He's writing articles about Superman. There's pictures of Superman.
Well, you can
that
say the
he's
same
working
thing about
on.
Peter Parker. What do you do for a living? Take pictures of my soup Spider-Man?
But at least he has a full suit on.
I know, but yeah.
No one knows his face.
They're stuck with that. They started it in the goddamn
That's
40s.
what I mean, and I forgive it because it's Superman even before that,
38.
something like that. Yeah. So I'm.
It is what it is.
So, but yeah, it's a good movie. Excited for Justice League. Excited for Wonder Woman. I'm very happy that
Is
DC
Lex
is finally
Luthor-
in the motherfucking playing zone now.
Is Lex Luthor going to be in Justice League?
I hope he's in everything because I loved him. Honestly, I did.
I didn't mind. So when I heard Jesse Eisenberg was...
He's one of my favorite characters in that movie.
I wouldn't push it that far, but when I heard that he was going to be Lex Luthor, I cringed. I saw the movie the first time. I was at ease a little bit. And then when I finally bought it and kept watching it, it's like the building of a character. He's not crazy smart Lex Luthor right now. He's not a fully planned Lex Luthor now. They'll get to that point because they just introduced Lex Luthor.
Yeah, if you don't
This is
get
kind
that.
of Lex Luthor Begins movie.
That's all right. I got to bring up a point too.
You can go ahead and do that right
I'm
now.
about to. So
Wait.
there's such
All right.
an expectation of who that character is supposed to be on screen.
Yeah.
Back to some things that we complained about a year ago in regards to Star Wars. Thinking of it that way, I'm actually glad that they decided not to resurrect an EU storyline to be on screen because there would be such a high standard of what people expect to see of the characters that they already read about in books and comics. And if one little fucking thing didn't deliver, everybody would be freaking out about it. Like they are about Lex Luthor, like they are about, Batman.
But that's not always true when it's done well. Think about Game of Thrones.
True. I understand that. But I'm just kind of thinking about the Batman vs Superman and then as it relates to Star Wars. But even Game of Thrones though, a lot of people that have read the books first have complained. I complained for a few seasons because I did read the books for a few of them. But you have to accept at some point that it's a different iteration of the same story. Mm-hmm. And just accept that and get over it.
Yeah.
So
People are stuck. The hardcore Star Wars fans and the hardcore comic book fans are the easiest to upset
I've had a lot of people
because that's
complain
what
about-
they hold close, and
Yeah.
it's like this is their shit. And when someone else, an outsider, comes in and I'm gonna make a movie about that character, you're like, fucker, you better be careful. And then they drop and shatter Wonder Woman all over the place.
Man, I heard a lot of people complain about episode 7. It just made me sad.
That's all you hear, though.
No,
It
I've
got
heard
some
a
of the
lot. I've heard a
best-
lot. But it just, when I hear the arguments that they make, it just... And we have to apologize because the first review was that's 50% of what it was, unfortunately. But we just needed to see it again.
It was our initial reaction. Like, we thought episode 4 because the storyline was... I watched it last week and still picked up 2 more things that I was just like, God, that's episode 4 right there.
I think they did that on purpose to get the old crowd back in.
But it's different enough, and like Tommy Boy always says, there's so many layers in that compared to episode 4.
Right, where there's like 2.
Then, right, well,
1.5.
yeah, Alderaan blows up, next storyline.
The one thing that does bug me about 4 and 7 is that the entire thing takes place seemingly in one day. It may or may not, but the way it's presented, it seems like it's one long day of action.
Well, maybe that's something to the prequels. Like, they'll go, you'll see Obi-Wan and Anakin in battle, and then you'll just see a cutscene, and it'll be obviously a brand new day because when they were back there, it was dark. And now it's bright, you could tell it's morning, and you're not even thinking about it, but it's the next day. It's the transition that makes it. But they do that a lot in the prequels. Or, like, we're going to sail off to this shit. So they get in, and then they fly off, and then we'll go over here. And you're like, well, that clearly takes about a week and a half to happen. So we're going to go over here and do another. But the layers, I mean, it adds that timeline aspect. Yeah, I've never really timelined Star Wars out.
I do like that, with one exception, is the end of episode 3.
at the end of episode 1 when there's 7 things going on.
No, I like that part, but they're all happening at the same time in the same place.
I could get rid of the Gungan part.
Nah, that's part of it.
I mean, they could have just all died.
A lot of them did die.
All of them.
I wish. I love it. Anyways, yeah, so we ran. I don't know how we got from one thing to another, but here we are.
We're talking about Batman vs. Superman and
2
more Star
stars.
Wars. I like this beer a lot. Well, we're a Star Wars podcast, so we're talking about Wonder
Everything
Woman, and then
relates.
it gets to Batman because we like Batman, and then
Everything
Obi-Wan.
always relates to Star Wars. But no, so that's
couple
kind of the
things.
things that we missed while we were gone.
A couple little tangents. Have you watched
Everything's a tangent, man.
Stranger Things
I have
on
not.
Netflix?
I've heard very good things from Tommy Boy and Butterclone.
I am vagina deep in this shit. I think like 8 episodes in.
Yeah. Is it really good? I've heard like nostalgia of Goonies type of things.
So a setting. It's like a horror.
Stand By Me.
Horror. Yes. Well, it has that kind of like.
It.
Yeah.
Half of it.
Are you done?
No.
Then
Sorry,
say
that's
shit.
the only 80s fucking kids thing.
Well, that's what it is. So it's like an 80s horror, but they stay true to the 80s style, and it's even set in the 80s. I think it's like 84 or whatever. 83. I could be wrong.
80s were fucking good.
But it seems like if Stephen King made a series, a horror series in the 80s, that's what you got. It's got like an E.T. Goonies style
Sounds fucking
about
awesome.
it, and it's creepy as shit. It really is, and it's done so well. Netflix is still fucking killing it, and it pisses me off because I love it.
They're doing such a good job. It's
I
like,
just-
where was all this quality?
I'm such a negative person that just I'm waiting for them to fuck up, and they're just not. They're just killing it, and I'm happy because they give me good content. It's just
Yeah.
amazing how they do that.
Everything I've watched on Netflix, I've liked.
That's
I
not
haven't
true
watched,
for me.
I haven't watched all the Netflix originals, and I haven't watched everything.
Isn't Jessica Jones or something like that?
Yeah, that's another Marvel thing.
Oh, it's Marvel, not Netflix.
No, it is Netflix, but it's Marvel. It ties in with Daredevil.
I couldn't get into
And
it.
Luke Cage, that's going to tie in with
What is
Daredevil
Luke
as well.
Cage?
Luke Cage, I have no idea what the storyline it is. It's a giant, monstrous black guy. Luke Cage. He's a superhero. I know nothing about him at all.
Huh? I've never heard of him.
But there was a trailer at Comic-Con of him as well, and it's going to be a Netflix series, and I think it ties in with Daredevil.
Your Dooku thing over here. What is? Oh, that's his cape flying up behind him. It looked like another guy like popping in. Like, who are you electrocuting over there? Also, look at the window in the back. It looks like the Death Star.
It looks like just an Imperial window. Anyway, I got the Star Wars calendar I rip off like day by day. Mumper's talking about this.
But that look doesn't it kind of look like someone's big foot is leaning and he's leaning in?
This never focuses. Sorry, guys.
It might be just set up for nearsighted pitches. But it kind of let me see this.
Sure.
Doesn't it look like this is the guy's foot and he's leaning in and it's just like a headless cape guy leaning in? Like that's his foot and he's leaning that way?
No, sorry.
That's perfect. It's actually what it is. But it looks like he's on a Death Star because it's got one of those Imperial windows.
Yep.
Viewports.
It's a cool photo because I love Dooku and no one gives him enough credit.
I like Palpatine.
Well, I like Palpatine too, but I also like Dooku.
All right, guys.
So Stranger Things, yeah, I've heard nothing but awesomeness. Tommy Boy and Butterclone, who've been on the show, have given rave reviews, and I'm excited to start it.
The other thing
We're trying to
about
finish Orange is the New Black season 4 first.
I
know.
I think I gave up on that.
We don't talk about it.
The one thing that does, I mean, stylistically they kept it in 80s, but it also revolves around kids.
Yeah.
Which pushes that 80s feel because everything, the Goonies is around kids. Everything else was around
Stand
kids.
By Me.
Stand By Me, yes.
All the things
Until
I mentioned
they-
earlier
until
until
they
you yelled at
grow
me.
up.
Well, yeah, half of it. It's like
half of it.
half of it. It's like 3/4 actually.
That's way too long. I have to watch it again. I saw it once with you, and it was just the worst letdown. By the way, they're supposed to be remaking it.
Yes, I heard that too.
So
I think they're conflicted on how they're going to present it.
they're
'cause-
remaking
No, I know.
it.
Oh, get it?
Do you get it? Or you can't get away from
Do
it.
you get it? Can't handle it.
I'm done with it.
I heard that they were conflicted if they wanted to make it into 2 parts again, so it can fill the whole storyline or shorten it down to like a regular like hour and a half.
Or sequel. It's
bullshit. Many it's.
thems. All right. One last thing that I want to talk about. I had it on my list.
Last
here.
thing?
Yeah. We're getting there, man. Speaking of
Stephen King, they started filming The Dark Tower, which I'm
What?
really excited about.
I don't know why. I always get like 3 or 4 chapters in, and I lose it. I can't get into it.
I almost bought books 6 and 7 so I could continue finishing.
I heard it's one of the best series like ever, and I think outside of you,
it is fucking weird.
But that's.
It is fucking strange.
Can we talk about how Stephen King has created? I mean, from like 1970 on, everything good his name's on. Like if it has to do with like horror or almost sci-fi, outside of like Star Wars and Star Trek.
I wonder if he's like the author with the most published works of all time. Because his section in the bookstore is like one entire row.
Dude, I was looking for
so many goddamn. I'm gonna look this up.
So I was looking for the book Christine, and I was looking for the book The Shining book. And I went to Half Price Books. I couldn't fucking find it in his own section. There was shit everywhere. 55 novels.
There's more than that.
But think about it. He's probably 56. He's probably 60-something. It doesn't even say when he was born?
This is just his bibliography, not his. Here we go. 55 novels, 11 collections, 5 nonfiction, 7 novella, 9 others. I don't know, man. 55, I know that's a lot of like really long novels, but that still seems low for him.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot.
I was going to guess like 100.
Dude, that's like one. And his stuff is not simple. His creations are not simple. I didn't realize his first official writing was Carrie.
74.
Carrie, The Salem's Lot, The Shining. Those were the first 3. That's awesome. What was his most recent? Bizarre Shits and Shits. I don't know what that means. He's fallen off. His brand of books is unfortunately a dying breed.
So
I love it though.
41 years he has written 71, 78, 87. 87 things have been published by him in 41 years. So that's
about
pretty much
a book every 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much 2 things a year. Oh, man. Anyways, so maybe my claim of him not being the most published author is not probably true.
Whoa!
But
Whoa!
What?
Who was even fucking close to that?
Well, let's look it up.
That's a lot, man. That's a fuck ton.
Bopar's pissed.
But think of J.J. Martin or whatever goddamn. He can't write 5 books in his whole life.
Leave him alone, man. Take the pressure off.
He's not even on that list. R.L. Stein.
Guinness.
That makes sense because he has like 900 of those goddamn.
He wrote a book a day. He got fucking stoned. It was like, what fucking horror kids movie gonna make up this day? L. Ron Hubbard, 1,000. Well, this is published works. This is not. All of Stephen King's are novels, and most of them are like fucking long.
400, 500
it's like
pages.
1,000 pages.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The 7th book of The Dark Tower is 1,000 pages by itself.
But it's also quality.
Yeah.
The quality of writings of Stephen King.
Well, not that L. Ron Hubbard isn't quality. But
terrible. I've never even heard of him.
Yeah, that's the point.
Gotta be terrible.
Yeah, right. Anyways.
Well, I'm saying, does he write poems? Is he a poet?
Does he poe?
Does he poe?
If you will. No, I don't know. But
goddamn Dameron.
Stephen King's awesome.
Why I was getting into that is I started reading Christine. Have you ever seen Christine, the movie?
No, but I know what it is.
You can borrow
the
it.
Possessed car.
Yes. Well, it's a great movie. It really is. It's a simple movie and it's a great movie. But I guess, like you said, it's a possessedcar.com. That's about what it is.
Which in 1975 was like, what?
But in the book, there's more to it. Like, there's a essence around the car that's possessing it, which also possesses the people that get in the car and use the car. And there's like flashbacks and they start seeing things and it starts killing, like, instead of just, oh, there's a car, it runs over a couple people and the guy goes crazy. That's it. But it's more just like there's beings and ghosts and visions and
Intriguing.
It's crazy how accurate the movie is as well. Like word for word dialogue, which is I like. When they pull it that closely, I mean word for word. I'm waiting as I read. I'm like, I know what they say right here, and then pop.com, there it is, / you got it right.
So Stranger Things, watch it.
Stranger Things, I'm not through with it, but it's a huge watch it. I'm Ricci. What's her? No, it's not Ricci. It's the other girl.
Christina Ricci
No,
from Casper.
That's who I was thinking. But it's another. Fuck. I'm not a huge fan of her. 80s actress.
She played an adult in this one though.
Yeah. Who was in Beetlejuice?
Oh, I don't know offhand.
The teen in Beetlejuice.
I don't know offhand. Let's find out though. We're gonna do it. We're gonna look it up. You're gonna hear it first on Rogue Squadron.
No one's ever thought.
Michael Keaton. I know that. Gina Davis.
No, Jesus.
That's the mom. Annie McEnroe.
No, what the hell?
I don't know, man.
I could be wrong. Oh, Winona Ryder. Why is she that far down? She's like the main character other than the ghosts. I'm not a big fan of her, and I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, so I feel bad. But every movie with her in it, I just feel like she overacts. Like, there's so much emotion put into it, and it's like, just take it back a half step. But it's even aside of all of that, it's a great series.
I'm not distracted again. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's next on the list. We got to finish Orange Is the New Black, and then that's on the list.
Stranger Things is, I think it's only one season right now. It's so new.
Yep.
Yes,
sir.
Anything else? So what's going on? Anything going on? What are you playing? We're back in the Battlefield. Watching Battlefield 1 highlights on the shit.
Caught up in the wedding madness for so long. No, once we got back. All right, so our honeymoon was in the Yucatan Peninsula, so Cancun area. Playa del
How'd you
Carmen
like it?
area.
I hate beaches. I get tired
It was
of
good,
them.
man. It was good.
I'll spend one day on the beach, get sunburned, and I'll stay in bed for like a week because the sun wears me out.
You just can't get burned.
I fuck it.
You just can't get burned, and then you're fine.
I just don't. There's only so much I can have. Only so much fun I can have on the beach. Like if I was playing volleyball, that's a good day. And then next day, I don't want to fucking play volleyball.
No, I kind of agree. I'm usually not one for that, but I mean, after all the planning and madness that was the wedding, with so many people there, just laying on the beach was actually really nice.
I'd rather lay on a mountain.
So we do the beach
Glacier.
for like 2 days, and we do an excursion. We went snorkeling, we went to fucking see the ruins.
So you were
and
doing stuff then.
And then 2 more days on the beach, and then see the ruins again, or different ruins or whatever. So we broke it up, but so Yucatan Peninsula, it's in the Caribbean, palm trees and shit everywhere, old Mayan castles on the fucking cliff sides. All I could think about when I got back was playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which is you're a pirate in the 1600s in the Caribbean. So I got that. I started it. Caribbean.
I was waiting.
Either way.
I know.
Go down.
I think I change it every time I say it. Caribbean. Where are you going? The Caribbean. Didn't I just say it?
So Black Flag's cool. It's actually
It's the first one that you can like jump in the ship and actually like steer the ship.
Yeah, you steer the that's the best part. But no, it's the scenery's awesome, and that's the main reason I wanted it.
But you can also do like naval battles.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's awesome.
I have it downloaded.
And I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've never played any of them more than like an hour or two. So we'll see if I stick with it. Because I mainly wanted to just kind of like for the scenery and the setting and stuff. So we'll see if I stick with it.
You really have to get into those games, and I've just never spent the time.
Butterclone's always raving about them.
Yep.
He's always like, I think that's one of his favorites. But yeah, we'll see if I like it, man. But yeah, when we got back, besides that, Dark Souls 3, I've just been playing online stuff. I beat the storyline once. I'm about to beat it twice. And then Battlefield, obviously, all day.
I got back into Skyrim. Like, I'm doing full 100% mage, and it's obviously that's the hardest. I can't think of anything else that's harder because you have armor, everything else. So full on mage, you're just kind of running around before you get the triple stone flesh. Like it does triple.
I've always been a mage and worn armor.
See, but you can also get the stone flesh, and if you don't wear armor, stone flesh does 60, but it does triple if you get a feat without armor.
I know,
So you
but
run
it
in,
takes a long time to get that feat.
I know, and that's why I was getting fucked for like the first 20 levels.
The only downside to specializing in armor is that that's one more perk you have to upgrade.
Yeah, but that's
But
fun.
there's no
That's fun.
downside. Like, as long as you're not over encumbered, I would just wear heavy armor and fucking cast spells on everybody.
Yeah, I almost started doing that, but then I got that triple feat, and
If you do conjuring, I think mage is one of the easiest.
you have to,
Because there's a point.
dude. You have to.
If you're only a mage, then yeah, you definitely do.
you
But
have to have a bow too. You got to walk in and hurt someone before you get in there, or you're gonna get fucked.
one of my best characters I made, the focus was conjuration and illusion. So I would go into an area. I would bound bow. I would sneak. I would snipe someone. And then I would cast an illusion spell, like Frenzy, on them, which would make them attack all their friends. Then I would summon 2 motherfuckers, like an Atronach and the Dremora Lord. And they would go attack everybody. And then I would get the bound bow back out and just snipe people. Because they can never get touched.
But at this point, I've got.
like unfair.
I can only conjure one. I
Yeah.
don't have frenzy. And I didn't even have like armor, so I was just like walking in a goddamn snow robe, snow globe. But you know what I'm saying? Like I
Bathrobe.
can't. Yeah. So
No,
I
it
would,
does. It
I would
takes a
try
minute,
to
yeah.
snipe someone, and if I sniped the wrong person, it'd be like, oh, you sniped the chieftain, and it did nothing, and I was coming raging at you, and you're like, fuck, 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 and you just start trying to conjure shit.
yeah, I know.
The only good thing about conjuring is it takes probably 50% of the focus off of you. So if they're just like bows and arrow dudes all around, you're just like, well, here's it. Shoot at that target. I'm gonna run over here and sneak real quick.
Dude, once you get to the point where you can summon 2 at once, it's like unfair.
Well, the other
You just
one,
let people fight for you.
yeah, the other one that I was looking at was the top enchantment. Was you can put 2 enchantments on one
Yeah.
item.
Yeah.
So just like, all right, you fuck people up, kill people, and murder people. So boop.
I read a forum post where that enchanting, alchemy, and smithing are 3 of the strongest perks in the game. And if you specialize in all 3 of them, you're just going to be unstoppable.
I don't need to smith right now because I wear robes. That's the one downfall. There's absolutely nothing.
True.
I'm going to use my bound bow, so I don't need to upgrade that. I've been doing enchanting. That's the difference. It's funny because I've been going through dressers and stuff because I'll find boots, which I can put enchantments on and upgrade that.
Raise your skill, yeah.
It's weird because I've never thought about that with any other character. There's boots, fuck that shit. Run
Oh,
away.
yeah. I always grab clothes and necklaces and rings and shit. So you can enchant all that. Just upgrade. Yeah. I'm done with Skyrim until... Oh, shit. Are you just looking at IMDb?
Probably this week, huh?
No. I'm
What's
done
today?
with
Friday.
No,
Skyrim Day.
I'm done with Skyrim until the remaster comes out.
September.
which
November,
is-
I think.
Yeah, closer to holiday. I've tried a few times, and I don't want to sound like a prick, but after playing Dark Souls, I'm not a big fan of the combat in Skyrim at the moment, with the exception of like magic's cool. But if I've tried to do like a warrior character, I just can't do it. But the remaster is gonna make me want to revisit the whole world. So I'm just waiting for that. But in the meantime, man, Battlefield.
Killing it.
If you guys want to play, man, Xbox One, find us, Commander Cody 01.
Mopar, Melton.
We're just raging. We're about to go raid later today. One thing we really do need to try. First of all, there's a few more game modes with the premium map packs.
There's a
that
lot
we
more
haven't-
game modes.
Yeah, we haven't done those yet. Naval Strike's pretty fun. We've done that a while ago. The gun game one was fun. We tried that last week.
It's all right.
Gunmaster.
Gunmaster.
But we really just need to try and learn all the new maps.
Yep.
4 map packs. We don't know any of them.
I know them all.
We played a few. We played some of those Dragon Teeth ones, like the
Dragon Teeth
urban
ones are
one. The
some of
very
my
small
favorite.
urban one is
Yeah.
really, really cool. But yeah, we haven't really learned the rest of those. So that's next on the list. But if you guys want to play, just what's going on.
Yeah. As we wrap this shit up, you guys can go on any of our social media. It's at Rogue Squad Pod, especially Instagram, guys. You can give us a shout out on that shit. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We don't give a damn about Twitter. We give a nut up.
Twitter's like,
I mean, that's probably technically our most popular because of that one goddamn post got like 750,000 views. But, you know, it's not quality people. So we want you guys, the guys that are, the peeps that are listening. I'm sorry, women. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean that. I just got happy about shit. But yeah, so we want quality people. So we're just kind of done with Twitter. Instagram, I think there's a lot of people that found us out from Instagram and
Snapchat, man. Follow us on Snapchat.
Rogue Squad Pod. Everything's gonna be Rogue Squad Pod,
Except for the website.
except for the website Rogue Squadron Podcast.
Yeah.
So
That's it. And
I'm gonna remind you.
sure.
Go
Remind
on
me.
go on to iTunes. Not
yeah.
only subscribe, but give us a rating and review.
Yeah,
'cause
thank you for reminding me.
That puts us on the charts. And comedy, which is what we're labeling ourselves under. Sorry.
Don't apologize. We're competing with
We're competing with actual
the best stand-up comedians in the world, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr.
But they're
Maron.
obviously they should be up there.
Of course.
They're but it's hard to break that going from the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already set up. They're funny. We're also gonna do this, and we're going. We're trying to fucking podcast in the back door. I don't know. Is that how we do
Why
it?
do you keep talking about the back door, man?
I like it. You know.
But yeah, so I mean, if you didn't already realize, ratings and reviews on iTunes are the #1 way to get more exposure as a podcast. So if you could just hop on there, give us a five star or a 1 star if you hate us, but I don't think that's the case because you love us. And just type a little bit about your favorite part of the podcast.
Grab your brother's phone, your sister's phone, your
Do it
mom
on
and dad's
all of
phone.
them.
Do it on all of them. Fuck them. And they're going to get all our shit downloaded for free because they like us and they gave us a 5. All right,
it.
guys.
Love you guys.
I am Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody. We love you.
We drank Pranqster's Belgium style golden ale today. We gave it a 2 out of 3. So thank you, North Coast Brewing Company, for
That was pretty good beer.
creating that shit.
Rethink my stance on Belgians.
And also keep an eye out for new content. We are back. We are back with a vengeance. So Fanboy Commentary is going to be flying at you. We're going to be doing little episodes. Video. Go on YouTube and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of small things, and we're really trying to push the YouTube because you can see our fucking asshole faces. That's what we look like sometimes.
Oh, and we are getting ready to set up a Patreon page. So if you really love us and you have a spare 50 cents every month to give to us to help make more shit to bring to you to make you laugh, we'll make it happen.
I'm buying underwear with it.
Star Wars underwear.
It's got to stay fresh. All right, guys, bye. I'm buying underwear with it. Okay, bye. All right.
I know, it's so hot. That's a wrap. Oh!